A day of consequence, March 25, 2025. March 25, 2025 will be etched in the annals of history as a day marked by profound developments across the globe. From the halls of power in Washington, D.C. to the war-torn streets of Gaza, the day unfolded with a series of events that captivated the world's attention. This essay delves into the most significant news stories of March 25, 2025, providing a concise analysis of their impact and implications. Join us as we navigate the complex landscape of politics, international affairs, sports, and business, shedding light on the forces shaping our world. The day began with a flurry of activity at the White House, as President Trump signed a series of executive orders that sent shockwaves through the nation. Meanwhile, the international community watched with bated breath as the situation in Gaza escalated, with Israeli airstrikes resulting in tragic loss of life. In the realm of sports, a rising star faced a career-threatening setback, while a legendary franchise made strategic moves to bolster its roster. The business world witnessed both triumphs and challenges, as industry giants grappled with shifting market dynamics. These stories, though seemingly disparate, are interconnected threads in the intricate tapestry of our globalized world. They underscore the profound impact of political decisions, the human cost of conflict, the unpredictable nature of sports, and the ever-evolving landscape of business. By examining these events in detail, we gain a deeper understanding of the forces shaping our collective destiny. As we delve into each of these stories, it is essential to approach them with a critical and discerning eye. We must rely on credible sources of information, challenge our own biases, and strive for a balanced perspective. Only then can we hope to make sense of the complex and often contradictory events that shape our world. President Trump's flurry of executive orders on March 25, 2025, sent shockwaves through the nation, igniting both praise and condemnation from different quarters. One of the most controversial orders targeted sanctuary cities, aiming to withhold federal funding from jurisdictions that limit cooperation with federal immigration enforcement. This move was hailed by immigration hardliners, but drew sharp criticism from civil rights groups, who argued it would erode trust between immigrant communities and law enforcement. Another executive order focused on modernizing government operations, calling for a reduction in paper checks issued by the Treasury Department. The order directed federal agencies to transition towards electronic payments, citing efficiency and cost-saving measures. While this move was largely met with bipartisan support, concerns were raised about potential challenges in implementation and its impact on individuals without access to electronic banking. In a move that raised eyebrows among privacy advocates, President Trump signed an executive order addressing the use of encrypted messaging apps by senior government officials. The order cited concerns about national security and the potential for leaks, directing agencies to review and potentially restrict the use of such apps. Critics argue that this move could infringe on the privacy rights of government employees and have a chilling effect on whistleblowing. Adding fuel to an already contentious debate, President Trump also suggested potential defunding of PBS and NPR, two of the nation's most prominent public broadcasting organizations. Trump has long been critical of what he perceives as liberal bias in media, and this move was seen by many as an attempt to silence dissenting voices. Supporters of PBS and NPR, however, argue that these organizations provide valuable educational and cultural programming that serves the public interest. The international community watched with growing concern as the situation in Gaza escalated on March 25, 2025, with Israeli airstrikes claiming the lives of at least 23 people, including 7 children. The strikes, which targeted what Israel claimed were Hamas militant sites, drew condemnation from human rights groups and sparked fears of a wider conflict. Among the casualties was Al Jazeera journalist Hossam Shabat, further fueling international outrage and raising concerns about the safety of journalists operating in conflict zones. The Israeli government defended its actions, stating that the airstrikes were necessary to prevent imminent attacks from Hamas. They accused the militant group of using civilians as human shields and vowed to continue their operations until the threat was neutralized. However, the high civilian death toll, including innocent women and children, drew widespread condemnation and calls for restraint. The international community grappled with how to respond to the escalating violence. The United Nations Security Council held an emergency meeting to discuss the situation, but no concrete action was taken. While some countries expressed support for Israel's right to defend itself, others called for an immediate ceasefire and a return to negotiations. The situation in Gaza remains volatile, with fears that the current escalation could spiral into a full-blown conflict. The international community faces the daunting task of mediating a peaceful resolution while addressing the underlying issues that continue to fuel the conflict. The plight of innocent civilians caught in the crossfire serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict and the urgent need for a just and lasting peace. In the world of sports, March 25, 2025, brought a mix of triumph and heartbreak. USC's women's basketball team celebrated a dominant 96-59 victory over Mississippi State, securing their spot in the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament. However, their joy was tempered by a devastating injury to star player JuJu Watkins, who tore her ACL during the game. Watkins, considered a top prospect for the upcoming WNBA draft, now faces a long and arduous road to recovery. Her absence is a significant blow to USC's championship aspirations. Meanwhile, the Washington Commanders, an NFL franchise seeking to rebuild after years of mediocrity, made headlines with their reported interest in drafting Boston College defensive end Donovan Ezeiruaku. Ezeiruaku, a highly touted prospect known for his pass-rushing prowess, is projected to be a top pick in the upcoming draft. If the Commanders do select him, he would be a cornerstone of their defensive line for years to come. In the business world, Tesla, the electric vehicle giant led by Elon Musk, faced challenges in the European market. The company reported a 47% year-over-year drop in new vehicle registrations in the European Union during February. This decline is attributed to a number of factors, including increased competition from established automakers, supply chain disruptions, and negative publicity surrounding CEO Elon Musk. On a more positive note, Shell, the multinational oil and gas company, announced plans to increase its focus on liquefied natural gas, LNG sales and shareholder distributions while cutting spending. This strategic shift, aimed at boosting shareholder value, led to a 2% rise in Shell's pre-market trading. The move reflects the evolving energy landscape, with LNG gaining prominence as a cleaner-burning alternative to coal.